What's up, guys? It's Stinger Jelly. We're back and we're previewing our first AL Central team in our series where we preview every single MLB team ahead of the 2021 MLB season. Today we're going to be doing the Kansas City Royals, and pretty much how this video works is we're going to talk about their offseason, their rotation, their bullpen. Then we're going to talk about their lineup, two prospects to look out for, and finally I'll give my predictions for the Royals and where they will be in the AL Central. If you're new to the channel or you like content like this, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button because it helps out the channel, and also show some love to the previous videos where we finished up the NL West. And so today we're going to be doing the AL Central and the Kansas City Royals, and tomorrow we're probably going to be doing the Tigers. Alright, so the Royals had a very underrated and sneaky offseason. They picked up Carlos Santana, Mike Minor, Greg Holland and Wade Davis, Michael A. Taylor, Adalberto to a minor league deal, and then they made the trade where they gave up Franchy Cordero for Andrew Benintendi. Also, they gave up one of their top prospects, Khalil Lee, to the Mets. So there was a very good offseason for the Royals, very underrated and very sneaky, like I said. They shouldn't change too much things in the AL Central, but still a forward step for the Kansas City Royals. Their rotation is not bad actually. They got Brad Keller, who's been pretty good in his 3 years of major league time. Mike Minor, he's the veteran. He's gonna be helping the team out. Danny Duffy, Brady Singer, and Chris Bubic. Bubic and Singer, they are very young, and like last year they were in single A, so they came up fast and they actually made their debut. So they're pretty young and they can learn from people like Mike Minor. They got this offseason, and so this is not a bad offseason when you got like two young guys at the back end of your rotation who are looking to improve, and they can definitely learn with more experience. So the bullpen, you got Greg Holland, Jesse Hahn, Kyle Jimmer, Tyler Zuber, Scott Barlow, Jake Newberry, Scott Blewett, and Jacob Eunice or Jakob Eunice. Jakob Eunice came from the rotation, but this is a pretty solid unit. Not gonna lie, like their bullpen is kind of underrated. Like Greg Holland's pretty good, and other people like that. Their bullpen is actually not too bad. I think it's a serviceable bullpen. Now let's talk about the lineup. At catcher, you got Salvador Perez, who in his prime was a really good defender, and now after coming back from injury, 2020, he showed that he's really good catcher, and he didn't fall off, and he wasn't too old. He was really good, and I'm really happy to see Salvador Perez be good again. Also, you got Cam Gallagher backing him up. At first base, you got a guy that got this offseason, Carlos Santana, who had a All-Star season in 2019 with 30 plus homers, but in 2020 he kind of fell off. So I wouldn't expect him to be an all-star type player or as bad as he was in 2020. I expect him to be somewhere in the middle, but leaning towards that all-star season. Hunter Dozier and Ryan McBroom backing him up. Serviceable utility options. At second base, you got Nicky Lopez and Whit Merrifield. Nicky Lopez is a really good defender, not a great hitter, but Whit Merrifield, he's really good, but he'll be playing more in right field. And then at third base, you got Hunter Dozier, and then you got Kelvin Gutierrez. Hunter Dozier is not, he's young. He had a pretty good first year, but he didn't have a great second year, so we'll see. I think he can be pretty good. And then at shortstop, you got Adalberto Mondesi. He's so fast. But there are obvious flaws to his game, and I feel like if he works on stuff in spring training, he can be really good. Like I feel like if he just hit better sometimes, or he was a bit better of a fielder, he'd be really good because with that speed, he can do a lot of things. He just got to get more on base. And Nicky Lopez also backing him up at the shortstop position. In left field, you got the guy they traded for, Andrew Benintendi. See, the thing with Andrew Benintendi is he was like gonna be the next guy, but he hasn't exactly reached that potential. But he had a really bad 2020 season, a really bad 2020 season. So hopefully he can rebound. He's a really good fielder. Just always the problem was with the bat. And then backing him up, you got Edward Olivares, who's a pretty young, good prospect, and Nicky. In center field, another guy they got, Michael A. Taylor from who also previously won World Series with the Nationals. Backing him up, you got Edward Olivares, Whit Merrifield, and Nicky. Michael A. Taylor's not that great with the bat, but he's a pretty solid fielder. In right field, you got their best player, Whit Merrifield, great fielder, great arm, great hitter, not much power, but very good contact hitter. And then Hunter Dozier, Jorge Soler, and Edward Olivares backing him up. At DH, you got Jorge Soler. In a full season in 2019, he hit like 40 plus bombs. I think it was like 46. So the power is obviously there. So I think he can be really good, and he has a cannon of an arm as well if he's playing right field, but he'll be playing mostly DH. And then you also got Ryan McBroom and Ryan O'Hearn backing him up. Let's talk more about two prospects to pay attention to in 2021. Alright, so the first prospect I'm going to be talking about is the number 2 overall pick from the 2019 season, Bobby Witt Jr. He's really good. He has a really good arm. He can also play some third base. I think he should start at Double-A, and he might make his debut in 2021, maybe late 2021, maybe maybe 2022. He's a good runner, but he just has to prove himself in the upper levels of the minor leagues. But I still like him a lot. I think he'll be really good for the Royals. The next prospect I'm going to be talking about is left-hander pitcher Daniel Lynch. He is very tall. He's like 6'6", 195. He has a fastball that hits the upper 90s. He is a potential good starter. In high A in 2019, he had an 8.85 K per 9, 2.64 walks per 9, and his best secondary pitch is a slider, and so his slider is really good, like major league level slider. And he has an average curveball, but I think he'll be really pretty good for them, and I think he'll be called up this year. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Let's talk about where the Royals will be at the end of the 2021 season. I expect them to be 4th in the AL Central for a couple of reasons. Even with their very underrated offseason and the step back of the Indians, I don't expect them to overtake the Indians yet. The Indians still have some pretty good ball players, and they have a lot of young guys, so it just depends on how the young guys go and develop, especially their prospects. So I have them at 4th in the AL Central, which is not a bad spot to be for the Royals. And that's it for this video, guys. So make sure you guys please consider subscribing and hitting that like button if you're new to the channel or you like this type of content. Get in the comments down below telling me what you guys think about the 2021 Royals or anything else baseball related. So it's been New Year's Day, guys. Have a safe day. Have a great rest of your day as well. And we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.